Hello, this is Dan Baldwin, and today we're speaking with Joel Thomas, Senior Sales Engineer for MegaPath. Joel, thanks for sharing with us today. Go ahead and give us your presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving me your time today. Today's presentation will be talking about voice over MPLS networks and how MegaPath will be your best choice for this technology. A little bit of history about MegaPath and the convergence of MegaPath, Speakeasy, and Covad to provide today's triple-strength business solutions. In 1994, Speakeasy was founded as an internet cafe in Seattle's downtown neighborhood. MegaPath in 1995 was founded as Netafis Communications and later became MegaPath in about 2006. In about 1996, Covad was founded by 3 former Intel executives down in Santa Clara. As of 2010, Speakeasy, Covad, MegaPath have all joined forces to become the largest independent provider of IP voice, security, VPN, and internet services. A little bit about the merger. We all bring to bear 3 very strong brands rolled into one. Speakeasy, Covad, MegaPath have all combined to form a single company under the MegaPath name, providing a full range of IP voice security, VPN, and internet nationwide services. All 3 companies are leaders in their respective focus areas. Covad being a nationwide facilities-based provider of IP broadband services, MegaPath, one of the leading providers of managed IP communication services in North America, and Speakeasy as a nationwide small business voice and data provider known for its industry-leading customer service and support. Why would you want to choose MegaPath? Well, a little bit about MegaPath today. We're a financially conservative and stable company, backed by some leading investors, Platinum Equity, Best Buy, RHO, and a few others. We're serving business customers. We've been serving business customers for about 16 years now. We're flexible and very easy to do business with. We have a steady growth and superior customer support model. Repeat members, we are repeat members of Incorporated 500 and 5,000 and the Deloitte Fast 500 list on America's fastest growing companies. We have industry-leading customer support 24/7 by 365 and a quarter days a year, because we don't want to miss leap year. We have one of the largest business class broadband reaches of any network in North America, supporting about 4,400 plus central offices, using technologies as cable, DSL, satellite, wireless, DS3s, OC connections, T1s, Ethernet, you name it, we can provide it. We offer true end-to-end nationwide owned and operated fiber optic MPLS core networking technologies. We're delivering customer MPLS VPNs for over 10 years now. We are a fully PCI compliant form of networking. We have some industry-leading products. We have been the recipient of multiple and repeat Product of the Year awards. Within the company, we are thoroughly certified using all sorts of certifications, ranging from A+, CCNAs, CCENTs, MCPs, MSCEs, and so on. We are also a Cisco Master Managed Service Provider. A little bit about the MegaPath Network. We have a next-generation IP network that's powered by Cisco, Juniper, Redback, FortiGate, you name it. The network belongs to MegaPath, and it is a nationwide network. It is fully redundant in all of our POPs, and we have less than 10 millisecond failovers from link to link. We are a nationwide provider, so the whole United States is within our footprint as far as broadband T1s. In major metro areas, we're able to offer wireless connectivity, cable connectivity, satellite connectivities in more rural areas. Our certified experience runs really deep here at MegaPath. We have a ton of certifications, as you can see by this slide. Major Cisco certifications, IBM certifications, all sorts of them out there. Within the MegaPath network, we support a large amount of network hardware and software and partner with a lot of different companies listed here, ranging from Adtran to BroadSoft, to SonicWall and Samsung, Fortinet, Juniper. These are all very big name customers. And MegaPath supports and provides lots of hardware that falls under these partners. Some of the challenges that IT departments face today. Well, across the board, these are the top challenges to an IT department today. There's ever-changing technologies and protocols. Most definitely, deployment of mission-critical applications on a distributed infrastructure. One great example of this is voice. It's probably the #1 mission-critical app being deployed on IP networks today in order for customers to better realize ROIs from their network investments. There's all kinds of apps that are out there coming together in convergence, which is why we're seeing them becoming all IP-based. Craig Mathis at the Farpoint Group, an analyst group that does a lot of work around LANs and TCO studies, recently commented that IP is the only protocol that matters today. New applications are being designed to take advantage of a distributed IP infrastructure, which is very powerful. But it leads to increasing solution complexities as customers demand more applications to be designed into their network environment. The final product can get complicated in terms of designing networks to meet their needs. Visibility and monitoring for quality of service and high SLAs have all jumped up in importance. A steady change of users, traffic profiles, and bandwidths have been going on. User changes in offices to users taking advantage to remote access. These are all creating a steady change of profiles. Mobility and remote access can stall productivity and efficiency through network congestion if you're not managing those issues properly. Traffic starts to become less predictable and, of course, more complex and complicated. You know, there's increasing competition for network resources. This isn't just a big organization issue. More and more smaller locations and smaller companies are having the same issues. The more applications you put onto the network, the higher the probability that those applications and the people who rely on them will encounter performance issues. From service management perspective, you need to be able to ask and answer the following questions. What are the mission-critical applications, and how should resources be allocated within the network to support them? Remote access to corporate resources is becoming a very big topic these days, too. More and more companies are adopting policies to support more remote workers. Your network design needs need to take into consideration the needs of your teleworkers. Most importantly, what specific resources does this person need to do in his or her job to be effective? How do I give them access to those resources in a way that doesn't expose the network to prying eyes? Of course, the process of getting all these answers has to include data protection, data privacy, and compliance of applications and security standards. Finally, the reduction in telecommunications budgets. Who hasn't heard the term, we need to do more with less? Relying on managed service providers for more network expertise and guidance is a natural fit. MPLS-based services are all about flexibility, cost efficiency, and of course, this matters when your customers are reporting their IT budgets are shrinking by an average of about 10% a year. This doesn't have to be a negative. There is plenty we can accomplish using having less but gaining more. Some of today's network environment. Here you have a headquarters location, branch offices, and production sites. There are mobile workers all connected to the network resources. In turn, you may also have to organize dealers, suppliers, financial institutions, and partners connected in order to facilitate secure and more efficient transactions. Transactions can be anything from financial to ordering inventory to keeping partners informed about your new policy. You also have consumers, customers of your customers, and you want to provide accessibility to them to do business, to interact with customer support, and in order to to order products through the internet. People sharing information can be time and place sensitive. Service assurances are often guaranteed on the speed or uptime expectations of the applications they depend on. So today's networking environment is all about connecting people, connecting places, and sharing information. Here, this slide covers some sharing market survey results of some major tech leaders out there. It talks a little bit about, the primary market research survey of more than 1,000 IT managers and directors in the mid-sized to enterprise organizations. MegaPath has learned quite a few things here. Their main concerns when considering integrated voice and data services fall under bandwidth, call quality, cost, either CapEx or monthly reoccurring, as well as other things like outage concerns, backup power supplies, being able to consolidate all of everything under one vendor to receive one bill for the entire enterprise. As well as about 60% have phone and data services from the same provider. Nearly 100% of these people surveyed indicated network security is important or very important. Approximately 70% of them wanted to reduce the monthly spend on network security while still recognizing that it is one of the most intricate and important components to a network. Approximately 70% will review the way to strengthen it within the next 12 months because as everybody moves into more cloud computing and things of that nature, having network security is a major, major component. Something to think about. Competing priorities, budgets, and issues. Are they aligned? Are they misaligned? And how can MegaPath help bring everything into order for you? Some of the winds of change here on the, in the IT world. There's been an increasing need for geographic diversity of your business. There's usually an ever-changing technologies and protocols that are being implemented, as well as the sophistication of network security threats. User expectations are constantly on the rise, and the demands to prove your return on investments are always there. Decreasing, on the other hand, is the availability of CapEx and budget in general. Decreasing is also staff availability and headcount, as well as the timelines for deployment of mission-critical applications. Everybody needs it done yesterday and needs it done securely with using less resources to get it done. This has really generated the perfect storm for MPLS. This is why MPLS underscores value. We've been talking about all of these IT challenges, the performance issues that they're placing on the network, the effect on matching service delivery to user expectations, and the underlying need to cut costs while demand is moving in the opposite direction. The nature of data transport continues to change, and the spectrum you see here, the movement into the more distributed systems, increasing risks associated with doing that, and of course the challenging security rules that align to those risks and follow new regulations or standards. We can't expect that supporting infrastructure and service costs will leapfrog and that business will be okay with that. In fact, we know it's quite the opposite. So we're seeing customers look more deeply into shared infrastructures, cloud-based services. We call this the evolution of data transport, and it is really creating the perfect storm for smarter network engineering, MPLS-based services, and hopefully you as a customer will find the need to balance your business and operation needs based on budgets. Cloud core MPLS solutions solve it. They solve some of the top IT-related business and operations priorities. It also provides your customers with a cost-effective alternative to in-house commitments and investments. Every customer, from the smallest to the largest, can appreciate the flexibility that managed services, MPLS networking, can provide. That's why we're increasingly talking about in the cloud, or SaaS, or software as a service. It's to help people understand the most pressing priorities and being confident in the fact that we are a managed service provider and how we can help you and your customers and your customers' customers. You know, cloud computing really requires Sherpa. If you consider yourself a reseller, or a VAR today, think about what it means to your customers when you make it your business to know and understand their issues. When you choose to specialize in areas that best fit your customers' needs, when you can provide services that address those needs, and go much further than just quoting and competing for it. When you become the guide for your customers and your customers' customers in creating value and resilience and reliance within their network environment. Software as a service and computing in the cloud is the way the world is going, and it's also future-proofing stuff. Businesses today rely on network infrastructure. With cloud-based services being positioned to weather the storm, it is critically important to make sure that that works. Some of tomorrow's network demands, as MegaPath sees them, are going to be the need for more information, more devices. There's going to be more security risks. obviously more need to store stuff out there. Everyone's going to need greater access to it. We're going to need more power and energy demands to deal with all this cloud-based stuff. And as we move into cloud-based stuff and everything starts to get faster, people expect more from the market in far as turnaround, keeping up with the Joneses, all of that good stuff as far as making sure that your network is future-proof. Lately, everyone's been moving and talking about voice in the cloud and how you can offer managed voice and hosted voice and the differences between them. That being said, MegaPath is a managed voice provider as well as a hosted provider. In the voice over MPLS world, it would be a managed VoIP solution, and you can see by this chart that over the course of time, we are thoroughly predicting people to continue to move into the managed voice service. Some of the considerations when adopting an MPLS network. Well, are you going to be implementing cloud-based applications and security management? We do. We offered layered security, both network and site-based security. What happens when something goes wrong with the network? Well, we offer disaster recovery in the form of redundant connectivity as well as other options. What about customer and vendor integration? Or, there it is, SaaS, software as a service. You also need to consider combining cloud-based environments as far as reporting and management with your CPE or customer premise equipment-based elements. You will need to take care of extended management and all the way out to the customer's environment in addition to existing network and device management. All those devices will need to be proactively monitored 24/7 by 365.25 days a year. You also need to make sure that all of your management and reporting are in compliance with your industry standards, whether that's PCI, whether that's Sarbanes-Oxley, or any of the other various industry security standards out there. There's a growing need for IP applications, including voice. So therefore, that drives a need for quality of service or data prioritization. It requires, and you need to look at making sure that the services that you're looking at have the appropriate service level assurances, that they're cost effective while enabling emerging and newer technologies to be brought to bear. You need to have somebody that's got a provider that has a staff that has expertise that extends all the way out to the in-house personnel. MPLS really is the foundation to support existing and future applications in our minds. In order to cut the cost of service delivery, this slide compares MPLS to other forms of networking. You can see that MPLS covers all of these points: IP-aware, support convergence, flexibility and scalability, private shared architecture, end-to-end SLAs, end-to-end classes of service, optional encryption, frame relay and ATM and managed CPE cover some of those. CPE-based IPsec also covers some of them, but really MPLS is the way to go today. It covers everything, providing all of what you should be looking for when looking at moving to a new network. In this slide, it gives a general idea of how our quality of service is assured. We offer public, private, and hybrid types of networking here, and various forms of or classes of service that we use quality of service to prioritize, running from real-time, critical business, and lower priority data traffic. A little bit about MPLS. Well, it's an acronym, and we all love acronyms. This acronym actually stands for Multi-Protocol Label Switching. It's based on a standard that was developed by a bunch of geeks out there in the world. It's a very straightforward thing. If you're into this type of stuff, it's a matter of labeling IP packets and switching them across the network. In the next couple of slides, we'll go through a few descriptions on how that works. I don't want to get into it too deep, but I will go ahead and browse through these slides here. You can tell that a label is used to define the path the packet's going to take through the network. Routers along that path only read this first little bit of the packet, this label. The label can also carry additional information, is like quality of service, class of service, things of that nature. Due to the way that MPLS works, it is considered smart network traffic engineering. MPLS is scalable and a very secure architecture. The outstanding scalability through the MPLS architecture offers all sorts of ways to expand or contract your business as your business needs drive. As far as security, it's as secure as a traditional frame or ATM technologies. It is a fully private network offering privacy and secure support for intranets as well as extranets. A VPN routing plane, you can see here where you've got 4 buildings all connected using one type of VPN. And as you add additional locations, you can offer additional routing planes to make different parts of your network talk to different other parts of your network, all managed through MegaPath. MPLS associates labels with routes, like I was saying earlier. Every single packet that goes across this network has its entire map listed out, its entire route listed out, and this slide goes through how that takes place. You start to see here where it starts using labels, and as the packet passes through different routers within the network, the labels are changed so that it's always running through the most efficient path possible. Here's a very simplified customer example of an MPLS network with a corporate locations, using some credit card processing, some gift and loyalty programs, maybe a music provider, some suppliers and customers, remote workers, satellite offices, retail offices, all sorts of stuff here, as well as many, many applications that this network technology supports. Some of the value proposition behind the MegaPath MPLS solution. Well, I've talked a lot about scalability, from low to very high-speed access for sites and users. MegaPath can provide MPLS over DSL circuits as easily as we can provide MPLS over giant OC12 circuits and any circuit technology in between. We can use any access technology to provide MPLS to an NGS site. Small to very large numbers of sites work perfectly in this, whether you're a 2-site customer or whether you're a 2,000 or 4,000 site customer. Some of the value behind MPLS are the security guarantees. This is a frame over ATM equivalent without needing the encryption. And it's a fully private network, so it offers protection from the open internet. The flexibility, it's inherently that it's a full mesh network, easily allowing any-to-any communications. Because it is the scalability of it and the design is done by MegaPath, we are able to easily add or remove sites and users from the network as your business drives the need. It offers IP addressing freedom. You're not locked into having to use a specific range of IPs, offering more flexibility, also enabling it to be ready for future applications. Some of the performance guarantees, well, there's multiple classes of service for voice, data, video, and any other applications that the customer sees fit to prioritize. We offer standard and predictable standard SLAs with predictable latency, throughput, availability, and packet loss. We have an extreme coverage and reach as far as our circuit reach and broadband footprint. We have a large on-net coverage for the highest performance and functionalities and SLAs, and we also have off-net coverage for remote sites, extranets, and remote users. MPLS today in our world offers the best cost and price efficiency. You're leveraging IP's lower price per bit. It's one access line and one network, and we're leveraging the low cost of broadband access for remote sites and users. It's essentially you're outsourcing your network solution to MegaPath to manage for you in the most efficient and cost-effective manner. Some of the network services that we have to offer here at MegaPath, in summary, we have a nationwide facilities-based. We are a nationwide facilities-based provider. Our network is managed for our customers by us. This means we can offer the highest speed data and the highest quality voice calls with maximum reliability so that you can focus on your business. Because the best type of network is a network that no one even knows exists. It's just there running every single day. We offer broadband for businesses. Our advanced network design creates priority paths for voice and IP, voice over IP to help ensure seamless traffic for high cap circuits and low cap circuits. We're managed for optimization. We integrate our phone services with our managed broadband connection that is optimized for the voice services that we provide. We have industry standard technology. We're using the latest technology from industry-leading companies to help achieve the network's fastest internet access speeds and maximum availability of services. Our MPLS is running on top of our all-optical network, drastically reducing the amount of latency that traffic experiences while traversing the network. And that means traversing from New York City to San Francisco. It's built for the distributed enterprise. Our MPLS network has approximately 30 points of presence, or POPs, located throughout the United States, interconnecting our 4,400 central offices. That leads me to any questions. At this point, I think that I've pretty much covered everything that we want to go over. If you have any further questions, please feel free to give us a call at 877 MegaPath.
Great.
I appreciate it.
Joel, thanks. This is Dan Baldwin, and we've appreciated that you've taken the time to share MegaPath's MPLS voice solution. Was there anything that you skipped over or forgot to cover?
No, sir.
Great. All right, well, we thank you for providing this for us, and we look forward to following up with you again soon.
Thank you.